are supposed to do.
And bad behavior.
So if you treat all women as if they are bad women, right? Because you don't know this off firsthand. How to no, but you don't know off firsthand whether or not she's good or bad, right? So if you treat all women like they're bad women, how do you know when a good woman is coming from?
Then they'll show themselves based on action.
How will they show themselves based on action by walking towards the door?
No. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that bullshit. Hold on stop for a second, okay? Let's say you're a teacher and you got a classroom. You about to have students. It's the first of the year. It's the first of the school year. You about to have students. You got rules in there, right? You got rules because you're assuming all of the kids are going to be bad?
No, you have rules based off of general decorum, right?
Off of general decorum, right? Okay. Yeah. So guess what? When they come in, the kids that don't do those rules, that don't do what they're supposed to do, you enforce those rules, right?
Right. After they act out. Yes.
After they act out, right? Okay, so if you keep having students, regardless of which ones it are, consistently acting out, are you going to ramp up the rules, or you just going to keep the rules the same?
No, you keep the rules the same and you punish the bad students.
Okay. You know what? You know what I found in historically, you know what the most effective way to actually correct individuals in a group?
Correct everybody.
Is correct everybody.
Yes. Everybody goes to run laps.
So what's the incentive on being a good student if I'm going to get punished like a bad student?
Because it's not for you, it's for societal purposes. Stop doing the me. It's for the group. For example, if MP's coaching the kids, and one of the kids is doing some bullshit and everybody runs laps. Now everybody either helps the kid to get better, the guilt, the shame. People are going to try to strive for greatness, but the reality is what woman, and this is the contradiction of the conversation. You guys say we hate pushovers. We hate men that don't put their foot down. We hate men that don't tell us what to do. And then Joshua comes in and says, you know what? I will do right by you no matter how you treat me. And you guys say, yeah, he's right. Ow! You said you hate pushovers. I need to put my foot down so every single one of you actually go back to doing good shit. It's not
but I'm already doing good shit. So what's the point?
Because it's not about you, it's about the group.
But you're taking one-on-one interactions and punishing the whole group for your one-on-one interactions. You can't use the football analogy because that's a team.
Kelly, let me take
I'm not teams with random bitches.
One second. Let me say something.
Oh, wait. Hold on. No,
let's steal the microphone of everybody. Somebody talk. I just want to say one thing, and I will be quiet forever.
You gonna let it slide?
I'm not going to let it slide. Kelly Bev, let's take out of football. You know how an emperor used to actually make sure everybody do what he wanted. Somebody does a crime. He sends everybody to the plaza, right? He grabs his head, chops that shit, and says, the next motherfucker that does this shit is going to have the same exact punishment than this. We've been doing this since the beginning of time. We use somebody as an example. That's why, for example, the guillotine executions and all that was a public event. It was not because it was funny. It's because that's the way to control the population. I will show you the consequences of you doing some dumb shit, and everybody's going to be afraid of doing, because if not, you are going to be burned on the cross. You are going to be, I don't know the name.
That's still not collective punishment. That's still not collective punishment.
It is.
Bro,
it's not. My head ain't chopped off.
Yes,
it
actually gives the viewers. It actually gives the viewers trauma as to what, like, a head getting chopped off.
It was because of the smell. Like,
for example, head chopped off actually is a punishment.
I apologize, Denise. It was like, you know what's the biggest deterrent, Kelly? The smell of burning flesh. Vlad the Impaler in Transylvania, whatever the shit is, like in Romania. He used to put these people, like, literally impale them, put the heads on the spike. This is a deterrent for people to not do some bullshit. And it was in mass, burning the witches. Like, we've been doing this for history. So why do you guys don't understand the concept?
Okay.
Next time, I'll be sure to treat all niggas how I treat one nigga.
Okay, so here's the thing.
I'll be sure to do that next time, since we have to do collective punishment for everybody.
Have a motherfucking ball. Do that shit. Do that shit 2-3 times. You feel me? Now, going back to what you said, because we're not gonna slide past that shit. You said, if I'm doing good stuff, why do I gotta be in trouble because of what random chicks did? For the same fucking reason that every time we say something about random chicks, you want to defend it. That's why.
No, I defend you guys. I don't. No, you're not gonna do that, because I don't defend random bitches. I go against y'all's conclusions as to the random bitches' actions. That's what I push back on. I push back on y'all's conclusions and y'all's assumptions. That's what I actually do. I don't defend bad behavior, but go ahead.
Hold on for a second. First of all, Cali Bev, stop acting like we just met. I've been on panels with you where dudes have brought up shit, that women do, and you was right there with your cape. You was Wonder Woman. So don't even go there with that shit. So first of all, what I noticed with y'all women is y'all always ride together in defense. But you don't want to, and the way it works is if you ride with the motherfucker, you get punished with the motherfucker. That's how that shit works. Straight up and down.
Y'all think any pushback is defending bad behavior?
No,
got it. Okay. Even though that's not what I push back against. I push back against y'all's assumptions. Nope. I push back against y'all's assumptions and conclusions about the behaviors that y'all see. I don't defend bad behavior. So you can keep on thinking that's what I'm doing, but that's not what I do, and I've never done that.
But there's the reality, right? When a bad man does something, we as a collective of men, we enact punishment, we make rules for each other so we can check each other, right? That's literally what it is. This bad man is one thing, and for all the good men that are seeing this shit, if we catch you do this shit, you are going to have the same type of treatment. But then when it comes to woman, oh, but what if she's this? But what if she's that? But what's her trauma? But why did he cheat? Was he not at home? Was he not doing something right? It's always the but. The biggest problem that we're having right here again is that we can literally separate the good woman from the bad woman. I know that you're happily married. I know about you, so I know that you are successfully married. But by listening to you, if I was a stranger, I couldn't understand if you are actually a feminist, if you are a good woman, a bad woman, because you guys sit so tied together that when we look at the crowd, you all look the same. So
it's push back against narratives and assumptions. That's what I do. And if people think that I'm defending bad behavior by doing that, I don't know what else to tell you. I'm sorry.
How should the conversation supposed to sound like? How should the man defend himself from bad woman? Like you are saying, you are fucking with us. Like, what do you mean? You are saying this. Don't punish the good woman because 3 bad women did something to you before, right? So let's go solution based, right? What would you, as a woman, suggest to a man to protect himself from future bad woman? Since you don't want us to look at our past to actually look at the future, to predict the future, what should we do?
You should look at the woman in front of you and vet her according to your own principles and standards, not based off of what the bitch did before her.
Okay,
that's the same standards. What do you mean? The girl that did the thing before is still working under the same standards that I would be putting you under.
Here's the thing. Hold on.
Obviously, it didn't work if you ain't fucking with her no more, right? No, obviously, she wasn't upholding to your standards and your principles, right?
She didn't fit the standard, so I moved on.
Okay, so you move on after that because she didn't fit your standards and fall under your principles, right?
That's totally ridiculous because you're asking the person not to learn from their past experiences. That's not that don't work.
No, your standards and your principles stay the same. If she doesn't meet them, you move on.
You still have to learn from the experience that you just had. Here's the thing: when you look at Fatty and the rest of the guys that was on the panel the other day, they was having a heated back and forth over differences in their ideology. A heated back and forth. You know what I rarely see up here? Women on a panel together having a heated back and forth over their differences in ideologies, where their differences is so drastically different that they're damn near cursing each other out. I don't see that. What I see most of the time is women agreeing with each other. The majority of the time, they may have 1 or 2 things that they might disagree with, but mostly they're together. The only time you see women get into a back and forth is when the 2 women don't like each other. It's rarely over differences of ideological viewpoints. So the point that I'm trying to make is whenever you see women are always riding for each other. And we know why y'all do that, because you know that women got to stick together. We got to stick together. The only time I really see y'all like disagreeing with each other or going back and forth with each other is if you don't like each other personally. But I see dudes go back and forth with each other all the time over ideological views, which lets you know we have different of opinion. We don't ride with each other just to ride with each other.
Well, it happens, which is the reason why I don't go on female channels and don't participate in all female panels.
But
it happens.
Hey, but you have dude, Callie. So you can't even put you in that category. So you just might as well go ahead and step aside from this conversation.
Go ahead, OG.
How did you
OG, wake up.
Neil,
I'm here. I'm just listening to it.
I'm just curious how she. Oh, sorry.
Can y'all hear me?
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna let
the
Aaron go. I'm gonna listen to this, and then I'm gonna land the plane for all y'all.
Bam.
Please do.
Checkmate.
All right. Well, greetings, panel.
What's
DJ
up, Aaron?
you in the back, but greetings to all chat. I think we're operating under a couple of assumptions. Firstly, chivalry is an option. It's not mandatory. So whenever it's extended to you, it has to be looked at as an option. Secondly, I don't know that anybody's necessarily said they've given up on chivalry altogether, completely. I don't think it's gone out the window. I think people are just a lot more judicious with how and where they express it. It's hard. You can't vet a woman. There's no process, or there's no indicators that you can use to vet a woman when you get ready to hold the door open for her. There's no way to know if you're getting ready to, if she's going to, respond in kind. But I would agree that there is, in my experience anyway, there is a vast shift away from the expected appreciation that one would express in response to chivalry, to a degree where I can absolutely see where people would be a bit more reluctant to express it. It would be a bit insensitive to just assume they should express it anyway at all costs just because of a few anecdotal experiences. We can't count those experiences, how often they happen. In my experience, the majority of the time, I don't get the kind of response to chivalry that I think is appropriate, right? So in that case, it would be the majority ruining it for the minority, right? And again, I'm not speaking for everybody else here, but I think we're just so passionate about the conversation, we're missing a few things, and the fact that it's optional, and it happens a lot, Can
I ask you a question, Aaron, real quick before
you just did? Go ahead.
Women say all the time, "I'm not respecting you because you're not my man. I need to be a wife to respect you," or to. Why are women entitled to treatment? Like, why a woman think that they only need to respect a man if he puts a ring on it, if he's a brother or a daddy or a husband, but we as men need to protect every woman, no matter if they are not our family, our friends. How did we got here to this point where a woman thinks that should actually owes her something, or she's entitled to the treatment of that strange man, but I only can be entitled to that shit if she is my wife, if she is my woman. I'm not your woman. I don't need to talk with you. You're not my leader. How do we got there?
We were always there. That's nothing new. I think it's a component of female psyche to kind of sort of resent the fact that the seeds that they plant grow trees to the shade they'll never feel. Like, their contribution to society isn't really materialized and appreciated until after she's gone. Whereas the efforts of a man are felt today. When a man builds a home, when a man provides a resource, there's an immediate recognition. Whereas what women do is they labor to impart culture on children. They give birth to children. Those children, you don't know how good a job she did until the children grow up and have children And then we have some idea of the success of those children. So you don't really get to, she doesn't really get to see the benefit of her accolade, her accolade until she's gone. Kind of like an artist, a painting that's poor in a shed painting today, but 100 years from now, he's like, prodigal.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Darren. OG, go ahead, OG.
Boo. I think you hear me?
I was joking. Yes, I was joking.
You all right? You fatty? All right. I think the question was never answered, and I'm gonna start with Josh. Get back on camera, bro.
Damn.
Thank you.
Get over here.
I think you asked a question that they really they talked around it, and then they made good points on it, but you were saying that it was man's duty and that's the way he carries himself and stuff like that. But even if you went back when it was just only men and chivalry was only for men, it produced a better society. And I think this is how you attack your statement. What the men are saying up here is it's not at this point producing a better society. We have went beyond that now. Well, let's look at it as physics. You can never take something and get more energy out of it than the energy you put in. And I think this is where the complaint that men are having, that they are putting energy in and not getting the same amount of energy out of it. Let's take what Hamp said earlier about the football team. He said he wasn't getting the reward, but he never looked at it on the other side of the street. The reward was what he produced within that child. The reward is for him in that child. You see what I'm saying? So if you put something in it as far as taking energy, now you put it in that child, and that child produced the same amount of energy, and now you got a better product. That is the reward. And I think what the men are saying, what they're putting in is not producing the same amount of energy, regardless of who do it. If 3 ladies do it, 1 lady do it, or whatever, society is eroding so badly that whatever you are putting in it is not producing anything better. That's how I attack your point of view.
So is the solution to just quit? Fuck it, I don't get what I want. Just gonna walk away.
No,
well,
never.
If you want to take it from a bulldog stance, yeah, you can take it that way if you want to. I think you just have to go back and reset and rethink how you do it.
I guess I don't understand the concept of the incentivization. If I'm going to do something because I
well, then you don't understand physics.
Well, no, this got nothing to do with the concept of physics.
Yes, it do. Yes, it do. Everything in the universe starts off with some ailment being produced by something that's making something better or worse. So you don't understand physics.
No, sure. If it was the case, then basically men would just do whatever they're going to do regardless. That would be the physical concept.
That's not my point of view. Attack my point of view, Josh.
Yes. Right. No, physics doesn't go. The disconnect that I'm having here is if a man is going to go walk through life doing what he's going to do based on, I'm going to do this because I get something for it. Fuck everything. That's generally the degradation of society that we see. We have the problem because of that. I don't understand.
You're getting stuck. You're getting stuck.
Okay.
Whatever you do, okay. Why would you do a good deed that don't produce a better mindset?
For you or for the other person?
For a better environment.
For both. It's better for mankind. So if you do something like your students, the people you train, you do it because you're passionate. You do it because you think it's the correct thing to do. But what always give you the truth of what you're doing is the outcome. So when you do it and you get that outcome, it only don't produce a better mindset for you that you are doing something correctly. It produces a better product.
because now there's 4 or 5 other people that have a better mindset now that you've given it to them.
And every action as a reaction. That's literally the basic law of physics.
And this is what Josh is not put into his equation.
So
let me ask Josh a question. Let me ask you a question, Josh. So let's say that you're a farmer, right?
Okay.
Let's say that you have land, but the land you have is not fertile. It's barren, right? Do you continue trying to grow something in that barren soil? Like, is it a result of you just not growing, like not planting enough seeds, not tilling the soil enough, or is it just that the land is barren? What is the problem in that equation?
Well, it's barren. I would assume that the result would be some type of, like, I don't know, fertilizer or something to add to it. I'm not a farmer. I'm sorry.
Okay. So here's the thing. When we're talking about men and women, right? I recognize the importance of what men do. You feel what I'm saying? But in this equation, the men are the farmers and the women are the soil. And what we're dealing with right now is we're dealing with women that, in my personal opinion, are spiritually and emotionally barren. So it doesn't matter how much of a good farmer you are. It doesn't matter how much you till the soil. It doesn't matter how many seeds you plant. If that soil is not receptive to what you're doing, you're not growing anything.
Right. Am I incorrect within your analogy? Is wouldn't you put in more effort, aka, I don't know, put fertilizer into it? It would be more energy would be required to be put into the system.
No, you have to literally either what you have to do is actually change what you're cropping there. As a guy that is an agriculture, if you are trying to get potatoes and they say don't get potatoes, you try tomatoes. You see what I'm saying? A certain
you depleted the soil.
So let me say this real quick, right? Because Josh wasn't predicating on everything he's doing to a return. He's predicating the moral principles on chivalry on because it's principle and code regardless of who's involved. Yes, the return is not even a thought. It's you do this because that's what needs to be done. So that's why I used that example of pushing that truck across the street. Nothing in me. I was late for an appointment, but the old man was stuck and I had to push the truck because that's the type of shit that you do. And I just don't understand what you guys are saying. Like there has to be a return. I pushed the truck. The old man might have said something like, "Hey, you good? Now you across the street." I'm not looking for him to say nothing. It's just the thing that needed to be done at that time, and that's what men do, right?
Okay, Ham. No, wait. Let me stop right there because that I forgot about that point.
What I'm saying though, because
we got you.
I understand completely.
We got you, but I want to stay at that point, Ham. I want to stay at that a point right there because I think you make a great example. Suppose you did that with 3 guys, and you went over there to push the truck, and the white guy turned around and said, "I don't need your help, nigga."
He's getting punched.
How old
in the face?
No, he's same age as you just discussed.
Clint Eastwood age.
Huh?
Clint Eastwood age. Like 79.
It said the same guy that you helped. The same age. You did that 3 times. What you gonna do on the 4th time?
Push the truck.
After he calls you the N-word?
You still gonna push the truck with the white guy? Did you know that he could turn around and call you?
3 different occasions?
Yes.
With the same white man?
Exactly what I said.
No. Different. Yes. No, let's go with different white men.
No. Well, let's stay with where you at. Nuh-uh. I ain't giving no leeway. You stand right where you at.
It's no reason for leeway. I don't need it. You're saying that a thing needs to be done and you do it. That's what I'm saying.
You saying that after the 3rd time, you would try the 4th time. That's what you said.
I would push the truck. I succeeded in pushing the truck.
No.
I'm asking. I'm not saying what you already completed. I'm saying you went to this guy and you went to push the truck and he said, "Get your hands off my truck, nigga. I don't need your help." 3 times.
Oh,
3 different guys.
He just
denied 3 different guys.
You saying he denied the help?
Yes.
And he's like this guy?
Yes. And not only did he deny it, he called you the N-word.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I guess I don't push the truck. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I ain't trying to say anything. I want to see what you got to say.
I mean, you know how many situations. See, I don't want to make it like. No. Don't do that because it's corny to do. Right? Just hold your horses, sweetheart. You good?
All right. I'm gonna bump my race you while I'm doing it.
So this is what I'm saying, right? So in my industry in which I work in, I deal with a lot of dementia and senile. So my moving company, our niche is older customers, right? So you know how many times we deal with that where they think we somebody and they using words they shouldn't use. This is Texas, right? So they're like children to me. So I'm not affected by it because they brain isn't working anymore or it's turning off slowly but surely. Right?
But Ham.
But see, I don't want to be disingenuous with answering OG's question by using my anecdotal experience. You see what I'm saying, OG? But since I deal with it so much from old white people who brains is damn near turned off, when they saying shit, I'm just like, okay, let me move this shit, get it done. So when I see the old man who don't even know how to start the truck, I'm like, okay, that doesn't affect me. He had a different place. But that's why I didn't want to say that because it'll break down your point, but it's very anecdotal. You feel me?
Okay. You know what field I work in, right? So I'm going to piggyback on what you just said. Mm-hmm. I have had different white men and white women come in my house and call me the N-word, and I ship their ass out. I don't give a damn if they got dementia or whatever. That's something I don't put up in my house. I don't put up with sexism, racism, or any kind of ism. I don't give a damn their mental challenge it is. So what I'm saying is, I'm telling you, we didn't say anything about this man might have dementia or whatever. This man is just an old-time racist, and he don't think he needs your help. He don't want your help. And if you was laid out in the middle of the damn road and he had a heart attack and you gave him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, he would wake up and say, nigga, why you ain't let me die? What the men are saying on this panel, that is not producing a better product by them having chivalry at this time. Myself, I would open the door for a woman if she looked at me funny, probably cuss me out or whatever, because that's just the way I was raised. But I'm saying this is not my time. This is their time. So I got to listen to what they are saying and try to put some credence to it.
OG, the problem with that analogy is that there's good drivers on the road. There's like for every time somebody denies the help, there will be times a person says, hey, thank you very much for helping me change a tire. There's actually like this is actually what happens on the market. This is why I said you kind of made Kelly point, which is why you keep helping the same person. Go help another person because there's thousands.
I said 3 different persons.
Fatty, that was good. But see, that's good. See, so Fatty,
I said 3 different persons.
In that example, Fatty, right? So what Kylie was saying, I'm still gonna, if I see somebody stranded, I'm still gonna get out and push. That one white, the 2 white dudes are not gonna deter me from doing that.
But here's the thing.
Go ahead, you got it. No, it's just I just want to take it out of bad examples because we need to analogies are good, but need to be very precise. There's a guy that was an untouchable called Philosophical. He been viral for the same video 1,000 times, and the video he says, if I'm stopped and I see 7 lions walking down the road, I'm going to run. I'm not going to stop to say he's a good lion, he's a bad lion. No, I'm going to run because lions are lions and I understand what's talking about. On the Joshua situation is you don't have the time to see if she's a good woman or bad woman. They are all going to eat you and let them prove that they're actually docile and they're not to try to bite your face. There's the perfect example for what you're talking right now. Guilty until proven innocent. Don't do the other way around because you're going to treat like food if you meet the wrong woman. That's as easy as it gets. I'm sorry, angry man. I apologize. I just wanted to clear it out because I thought it was a bad example. Sorry, OG.
Angry man, let me just slide over to him for a second. The reason I said there was 3 white guys because we are talking on this panel about black women. And the reason why I didn't change the color or anything and make it a different way, because we're talking about a certain group of people who are having problems in relationship. If I change the colors and all that, then I get into left field. I kept it specifically 3 white guys who would turn around and tell you, get your hand off that car, nigga. I don't need your help. And there's a reason why I kept it there, because we're talking about black relationships on this panel tonight. disagree or not agree, what I'm saying, I understand the argument.
Yeah, I 100% understand. Yeah, I just want to clarify. I don't think that when Josh came up to make this point, he was specifically talking about that, especially since when you talk about chivalry, it has nothing to do with women in the first place. So all of my principles and morals, what I'm gonna do and not do, ain't predicated on no fucking women.
Okay, so you know
That's
what?
the part I take exception with.
You know what? Let me get. I wasn't gonna say this, but I'm gonna just go ahead and fucking say it because it needs to be said.
Yeah.
First and foremost, Josh, when you're talking about men should just do what men need to do because that's what men need to do, if we're being totally honest about it, it's because for a very long time in this country, people who just happen to look like you, those men actually got rewards for their duty. They got awards for I don't know how long they have been able to be men. The way men want to be. They could do what they want, say what they want, operate the way they want. There was even a time where they could tell a fucking sheriff, get the hell off my land. The reality for us is we've never been in that position. We've never been rewarded for our masculinity. In fact, we've been punished for it. And now that men like myself actually have the ability to be what we would consider free and actually be men of our houses, men of our cultures, men of our fucking communities, the women are telling us to shut the hell up every chance they get. Stop complaining, nigga. Y'all don't know how to lead. Y'all ain't this, y'all ain't that. But then simultaneously expecting us to do the things that men of the past did who got all of those rewards and accolades. It's bullshit. Any way you fucking cut it, it's bullshit. Men like myself, we have never been the patriarchies of our community. We have never been in that position. And now that we have the opportunity to be in that position, not only are the women telling us to shut up, but they're also taking it to the level where they're saying, oh, you just want to be like those other men in the past, and you just want to oppress us and dominate us. And the only thing we're really asking for from the women is respect and dignity to be treated like a man. You feel what I'm saying? So if a dude walks up and just happens to open the door for you, oh, thank you very much. I don't think that's ridiculous. And that's just a small example. You feel what I'm saying? That's just a tiny example. So it's not really as simple as men doing their duty because they know they're supposed to do that. Because if you really think about it, the average guy is going to open the door for a woman. The average guy is going to do it. The average guy is going to, if he is in the position to have opportunity to be gainfully employed and those type of things, what he's going to do is he's going to do the things that a man's supposed to do. Because at the end of the day, society still looks at men a certain way. If you don't do a certain thing, you're not a real man. So a lot of guys want to be that, but it's like, how do you do that when you're constantly being knocked down when you're doing it?
Now that's the better question right there.
That's a great question.
And I think the one word you forgot there, Angry Man, is cooperation.
Yeah.
So that just doesn't exist at all.
They're saying a majority of women are not cooperative.
No, at all. Zero.
I just get in and we out.